Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
And down inside the 15 he goes. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
To throw is Daniels. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Here's Hurts to throw. 7 yards there and a first down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Hurts. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco. Only able to gain a couple there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Cortland Sutton from 6 yards away. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing now is Daniels. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. Fielded just inside the 20. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down in the yard. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Infraction, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Pacheco is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Pacheco once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Robinson with another carry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Daniels looking to throw. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8. To the air goes Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield.
Touchdown, Washington. Ben Simmons. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 14 to 10. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on second and long. Hurts. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. A final shot before break. Daniels. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Now Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Daniels from the gun on third down. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. Pacheco gets it up the gut. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders have filmed their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco on the read option. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by Foreman. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there. And that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. They begin the drive with Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second down and 3. Here's Pacheco once again.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. The Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39. Here's Hurts to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Now a 2nd and 6. On the option left, it's Hurts.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup.
Back now at Commanders Field.
And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Smith will come in motion right.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. In motion right is Smith. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got to jump here.
Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Now a toss left for Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 8 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Hurts will throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Daniels. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A give to Pacheco off the option. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Pacheco. Able to slither by. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 73 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. In motion left comes Brown. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Washington offense heading out. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. A give up the middle to Akers. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. To throw is Daniels. Big strides, look at him go. And he gets it all the way down to the 3.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
This is caught. Touchdown. Cam Akers from 3 yards out. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They'll look to throw. Dancing. Hurts fumbles it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. A handoff now for Pacheco. And he's got room. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Pacheco headed right.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This to advance to the divisional round. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line. And he puts it home to likely get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, this is what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the play.